We continue the explanation to the next chapter, result and discussion. So, as we know that thesis chapters consist of the first chapter is introduction, the second chapter is review of literature, the third chapter is methodology, the fourth chapter is results and discussions, and the fifth chapter is summary and conclusion. So what is the content of result and discussion? Actually, this is a chapter of thesis that present the findings and outcomes of research and reasons for that particular results in form of text, figures, graphics, and charts. So in this chapter, you have to explain all of about your findings, your data. Okay? And then in the result, tells about outcomes or findings of the research study. This is clear. That present the data and findings, order or analyze in ways justified earlier based on your methodology. And then you use past tense in a feature here, almost of it, then describes the findings in a simple way with the help of data. Why we have to make it simple? Because it can help your reader easily to understand the content of your paper. Yeah, figures and tables appear here. Why figures and tables? Because we believe that figures and tables can help simplify the data you describe on your fourth chapter, result and discussion. So results is core of the research or research paper. Data generated by doing research after validation and verification is written. Results are important in answering the objectives, findings of the research. We explain it in result. How the content of discussion? In discussion, use stating cause for particular results, discuss the meaning of the result, stating clearly what their significance is, and then compare the results with theoretical expectation. Yeah, we know that you already find some theories which support your hypothesis in your second chapter, literature review, and you have to explain it, relate your findings with your theory in discussion part. So like we said that in result you have to present your data. The data consists of tables and figures. Photograph, drawings, graphs, and flow diagrams are often used to present details, whereas the narrative section of result tends to be used to present the general findings. I repeat, the narrative section of result tends to be used to present the general findings. Numerical data can usually be presented more effectively in tables or graphs than in the text because it can help reader to understand the findings. And then the order of presentation of the result should be either chronological to correspond with the methods or from the most to the least important. Yeah. So, in result, we can find or you have to make table. We know that a table is an organized set of data elements using a model of vertical columns and horizontal rows. The cell is the unit of tables where a row and column intersect. Ya, ada hubungannya ya. They are connected between row and column. Then chart. A chart is a graphical representation of data in which the data is represented by symbols such as bars in the bar chart, lines in the line chart, or slices in the pie chart. A chart represents tabular numeric data. And then you can use graphics too. Graphics are visual image or design used for pictorial representation of data. Examples: photographs, drawings, graphs, diagrams, symbols, and map. So the purpose of the result and discussion sections are they have to answer these questions. First one, what is the answer? The answer of what? The answer of your research questions. And then what are the implications of your answer? These two questions are the object of the result and discussion section, respectively. And before we make a result and discussion, so we have to prepare with making processing of data. And we must analyze the data we got. These are the process of processing the data. The first one, editing, examination of collected raw data to detect error and omission and to correct these when possible. And then coding, process of assigning numerals or other symbols so that response can be put into a limited class. Classification, convergence of raw data into homogeneous group in order to get meaningful relationship. And then the last one, tabulations, arranging of classified data into a concise and logical order, example, in form of statistical table. These are points to be considered. Divided chapter into section according to the objectives. It can help you when you make the result section. Choose one best way instead of presenting same data in several ways. Do not repeating the data with the same lines. Okay? Do not present tables and figures in text form. Make it separate. The first one is tables or figures, and then below of it you can make some narrative which is explain about the tables and figures. Tables and figures should be clearly labeled in order of being referred in the text. Yes, you have to name all of your tables and figures to make the readers understand what is the table, the meaning of the tables. Yeah, and then each table should be given a name. Table caption are always placed above the table, while figure caption are placed below. And then what tenses should I use when reporting my result? Your results are things that you found before you started writing the paper. So they therefore relate to past events. Consequently, the past simple is used to report them, often in a mixture of the active and passive forms. Okay, that is the explanation about result and discussion.